Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about what if your ex blocked you. Well, you may be in a situation where somebody has blocked you and it's causing you a lot of anxiety. So I'm going to talk about in this video what to do, why it happens, and how to handle these situations, because let's face it, when your ex blocks you, it's incredibly anxiety provoking, right? So what I see a lot of times is, or hear about, is somebody is checking their ex's social media and finds out they've been blocked. And when that happens, it probably sends a surge of anxiety and terror over your body. Because it's like a primal panic. It's like this primal fear to be separated from the people that we love. And so when this disconnection is going on within you, it's going to overwhelm you with this wave of anxiety, right? And many of you know what I'm talking about. And just understand that this is hardwired into us. It's normal because our attachment to others is incredibly powerful. So when we feel detached from that person, this instinctual fear kicks in our body, this alarm system, this terror in us, saying reconnect, we must reconnect. And so all of a sudden it feels like you are completely disconnected, you're overwhelmed, and it's like you've lost your parents in the store when you're a little kid, right? We've all been at the store sometimes and we see a lost kid and they're on the floor, inconsolable, crying, snot running down their face. They can't soothe themselves, and even after the parents come back, they're still incredibly overwhelmed and traumatized by the situation. Well, that happens in adults too. So don't feel bad if you were feeling that way, shocked, completely unprepared when you found out that you got blocked. So, first of all, I want to tell you guys, people get blocked all the time. People get blocked all the time. It's not that crazy for it to happen. And you may be in a situation where they have blocked you and they block your friends and they block your family and sometimes even mutual acquaintances. You'd be like, we barely even know these people and you're blocking them too. So it's going to leave you confused as to why they go to that extreme. But why, we're going to get into all the different whys. I have a whole bunch of different reasons why. But you might feel like you're getting erased from their life. And that really hurts. You feel like they want to completely forget about you and that it's this incredibly painful rejection. And so you're going to feel this overwhelming urge to connect with them. You want to reconnect. I just got to talk to them. And you're so caught up in how you feel and overwhelmed with anxiety that you're just going to continually look for excuses and reasons to contact you. But the first major point that I got to tell you guys is don't try to get around the block. Do not try to maneuver around it. You may be thinking, well, they blocked me on this, this, and that, but they didn't block me through email, or they didn't block me through this way. Don't do it. Just because they didn't block you on everything doesn't mean they want you to reach out. Maybe they thought you would, get the hint by blocking you on a couple of the major apps or whatnot. So don't try to go around the block. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that you can make, and I am telling you, please do not do this if you haven't done it. Do not go to your ex's house. I'm telling you, it is probably the worst thing you could do in this situation, or one of them. Obviously, maybe there are more extreme things, but just showing up at their house unexpectedly because you want to talk, it's going to make it worse. In fact, I had a call recently where the breakup wasn't going too bad, and the woman seemed to even be on the fence about the breakup until he showed up at her house, and the next day it was a completely different situation. So please, do not go to their house. Not talking to the other people, I'm talking to you. You watching the video. If you're gonna make a huge mistake and you're ready to do it, go to their house. You'll see what happens, okay? A lot of times, your ex will be so upset, they'll threaten to call the police or get legal involvement. I know it seems kind of crazy. You're like, well, I was just at their house last week. I'm telling you, don't go to their house. It's going to make you look like a stalker, especially if you do this to a woman. Guys, if you do this to a woman, it is going to scare them. This is really scary behavior for a woman, and they are going to lose attraction very quickly. You just have to understand that at this point in time, they don't want to have contact with you. They're trying to prevent you from contacting them. So going around the block is going to make it worse. All right? Now, sometimes they will leave people unblocked, and you will have the tendency to reach out to that person. So in other words, they may leave your friends unblocked or certain other people, and so you're going to go to that person trying to get answers. Okay? And this is very dangerous because a lot of times it gets back to them. I know you think that person won't say anything, but a lot of times they do. So it's a high risk. You want to resist the urge to contact these people that may be mutual, that may not be blocked, because if your ex finds out, it's going to make the situation worse. Okay? You need to respect their privacy and their space. If you don't, they're going to feel violated, and they're not going to like it. So let's talk about why they blocked you. There are different reasons. Okay, I'm going to give you some of the biggest reasons why I see people block another person. Okay, so the first big one that I see is that you were probably pushing them. It happens. You've been messaging them too often. Maybe you've contacted their friends and family. Maybe you have gone to their house. But a lot of times, if you're doing anything that's causing your ex to feel harassed or irritated or overwhelmed, they will block you. So you really got to make sure that if you have been blocked for any of these reasons, don't contact them for any reason. You're risking angering them and making the situation worse. You're kind of giving them more reasons to confirm that the breakup was a good idea rather than reconsider it. And you could wind up with a restraining order, which I have seen several times recently. In fact, there's one particular coach out there that continually encourages you to get in your ex's face, and a lot of times I'm trying to have to fix that situation because I won't say which coach this is, but they're saying things like, no contact doesn't work. You got to get in their face. You got to show up at their place. You got to call them and act like nothing's wrong. All kinds of stuff like that. And that makes things really bad. Okay? Don't try and escalate things. You can't force somebody to talk with you. I'm going to say this again. You can't force somebody to talk to you, to communicate, if they're not ready. Another big reason that your ex may have blocked you is because they were too emotionally overwhelmed. Now, this happens especially if you were dating an avoidant. They get overwhelmed very easily. And when they get overwhelmed with this anxiety and this fear and they shut down, they just want to block you to kind of temporarily end the connection, the communication, because they can't handle it or think about it. Okay, another reason that exes block is they feel guilty about what they're doing. Okay? Now, this may be that they're dating somebody new and they don't want it to be in your face because they know it's going to hurt you. Sometimes people are caring like that, like they are considering how you're feeling and they don't want you to see it because they don't want it to hurt you. And they know on some level that seeing them with this newfound freedom and they're out and they're doing all these fun things is going to be hurtful to you, and it might make them feel guilty about it and for having broken up with you. Now, sometimes your ex will block you to keep you from getting jealous. Now, it gets interesting with this because sometimes they will do a block because they're dating somebody new and they want to be able to post about it on social media, but they also know that if you see them dating somebody else, you might not date them again. Okay? So they're actually afraid that if you see them with somebody else, you may not reconsider things if it doesn't work out with this new person. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but trust me, they also think about these things. So that could be a reason. Now, if your ex has blocked you on social media, it is possible they are using this as a tactic to chase them. And I did an Instagram poll a few months ago where I asked people that. And I was surprised by how many people had admitted that they deliberately blocked somebody to see if it would make the other person chase. But if an ex broke up with you, I would not chase them, because it might just feed their ego when they get that attention. Now, sometimes it's because they want you to prove that you care about them, but you got to be really careful about this. So I would not chase somebody that has blocked me. So if you feel like your ex has blocked you to get you to chase, just act like nothing's happened and go about your business. You know, you might find that in a situation like this, it's kind of like a fake breakup where the person wants to see if you care about them, but you need to show strength with your character. And if it is for this reason, they're probably going to reach out to you anyway. All right, so this one isn't fun to hear, but it's true. Sometimes exes block you for revenge. They want to hurt you. Maybe you did something to hurt them. Maybe things went sour in a way that they're bitter and angry and they want to get back at you. So maybe they're just doing it to hurt you. It happens. So those are the major reasons that I see that people block. So what does this mean for your chances if you've been blocked? Okay? Well, if an ex has blocked you, that doesn't mean there's no chance of reuniting in the future. Okay? There's an unblock feature. Once somebody pushes that button, it doesn't mean it's going to happen forever. They could have done it for all the reasons that I mentioned above, but like I tell you all the time, feelings change. Feelings change. So understand, if they were upset and angry, didn't want to talk to you, whatever was going on, doesn't mean they can't change their mind about it. We've had many people over the years that get an ex back even though they were blocked at some point. Blocks are often temporary. I'm going to say that again. Blocks are often temporary. So you got to stay motivated on the personal growth. Do those workbooks 30 minutes a day. Do the creative healing course 30 minutes a day. It will pay off, okay? They probably just need time to figure things out. I would say it's rare for people to be blocked forever. I would say most cases somebody is unblocked at some point. Now, one of the things that you might be thinking is, maybe they blocked me forever. Well, think about this. Have they ever blocked you before? Many of you are in situations where you have been blocked before. So if they've blocked you before, then, you know, obviously they could unblock you like they've done in the past. Now, I did do a poll on my Instagram and asked people if they had fake burner accounts. And over 30% admitted that they had a fake account. But most people, when I said the results, said no, they thought it was closer to 50%. And I think it's probably true. So your ex is probably going to know if it's you if you create a fake account to look at their stuff. So don't do it. Give them space. Okay? It includes in person and online. And believe me, you may think that they won't notice, but many people have their exes say, was that you? Or you go past their house, is that you? They text you, are you driving past my house? Please be very careful about these things. They only hurt your chances. Now, sometimes we get upset and you guys want to get petty and you want to block them back. Don't be petty. Don't block them back if they unblock you, because you want to appear relaxed. You want to appear calm and confident and having emotional self-control. And so you don't want to get provoked by their activity, because sometimes, like I said, they will try and provoke you. You want to leave the door open, okay? You want to show emotional strength and that theirs may be closed right now, but their door may be open to you in the future. But you want to give them the opportunity to do that when they're ready. Give them time. Give them space. Don't beg anyone to stay. Let them roam. You know, a lot of people say and they believe what's meant for you will be. And, you know, I really believe there's some truth to that. But you can't try to manipulate. A lot of you guys will want to manipulate, and it backfires. That's why we are all about, you know, growing appropriately in healthy ways and not trying to manipulate things like a handwritten letter, clean message, because those are manipulative. A lot of times those things do further harm. Trying to get around the block is going to do further harm. Think about love. What is healthy love? Love is allowing somebody to come and go as if they please or if they need, respecting about another person's feelings, respecting another person's needs. And if they need a break or want a break and can't talk to you, you want to show them that you're willing to respect their decision. And the other thing you got to keep in mind is that your ex may be testing you on some level. Maybe you haven't been able to soothe yourself and you've been anxious and explosive and controlling, and they want to see that you're not going to be like that anymore. So if you continue to act like that, obviously they're not going to take you seriously that you're really changed. Your ex is probably just upset and confused right now and needs a cooling off period to calm down. That happens. That's normal. Don't try and force yourself in someone's life when they're not ready for it or it's not the right time. Be patient. Leave them be. We're here to help guide you and figure out your situation, why they blocked you, what's going on, and what to do. And we'll be happy to help you with the coaching, Coach Victoria and myself. You can always get our help personally on my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Skype. And of course, you can get the Creative Healing course and the workbooks on my website. They will truly change your life and give you the strength and the confidence to be an awesome partner, which will either reattract your ex or blow all the people that you date away by your knowledge, and you will outshine all of your competition, okay? So hopefully this one's been helpful to you, but that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.